What's going on, guys? It's your boy Daily Reacts TV here, and welcome to Spooktober. And we're ready to review horror films for the rest of the month, and then November will be Spider-Man and something else, along with the Men in Black series, since I just started that recently. But this time, since it's Halloween, I decided to review Halloween horror films or Halloween specials. Between this one and Child's Play, it was pretty hard to which one to review first, but this one I'm going to review for my girlfriend who loves clowns. That's why I'm here to review the film It Chapter 1. It Chapter 1 follows a group of missing... I can't even talk today. It Chapter 1 follows a town full of dairy that has a missing kids crisis. Doing so, all kids are disappearing, and then they find them dead, I guess. Hint, hint. And then basically we follow up these group called the Losers Club to go up and find out that there's something going on in this town known as Pennywise, the dancing clown. For that, these kids must straight up try to find out who this Pennywise is and how can they stop him. So let's get this right out of the bat. I don't like the original It. Sorry, I just didn't really dig it as much as long as with this new one. Also, I did make a video of me unboxing my It, but it was a crappy quality video, so So when I, of course, when I announced that I was reviewing this movie and Child's Play and then Venom, because Venom's out as well, Venom Let There Be Carnage. So I think I'm going to review this and Venom next. Venom 1, because this Saturday, or during this week, I am going to try to go see Venom Let There Be Carnage. Really excited if I do go see it, but like I said, this movie is so memorable, and I remembered a lot of things while watching it. So, let's get into it. First of all, the best thing about this film. Sorry, Black Critic Guy, I had to try it. Was Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Holy crap. This guy freaking nailed it. He really terrified me every time I have seen him on screen. He did really good in this film. Really, really good. I absolutely love this guy as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Like, this guy literally works. And another thing about his performance is that he tries everything new with Pennywise that Tim Curry can do. So what happens next? He tries instantly with the eye thing, the drooling mouth. Olivia can do it. Maybe I'll have her film herself doing it for my It Chapter 2 review. You want to, please? But, like, literally, oh my gosh, it made this character so memorable. The Losers Club most definitely are the greatest thing you could ever see, except one of them, which we're gonna get into in the bad. But the Losers Club really worked, really handled how they developed and become the Losers Club. Another thing I like to say is the horror, the soundtrack, and of course, the story. Let's start with the story. It's the ordinary story from the book, who knows, but it worked really well in this film. In the 90s, it didn't really work, but in this film, it worked very well, and I absolutely enjoyed it very much. The horror, though, let's say they were really good. Like, it really handled itself pretty dang well. I actually really, really like the horror in this film. And another good thing I can say about this film was the writing. Wow, it just amazed me. And another thing I would like to say, Richie, played by Finn Wolfhard, worked very well in this scene. I love his character in this film. I'm actually going to show you the scene right now, what he says to Bill in the film. And I know I normally just wait until near the bad, but I just couldn't resist. Just watch the scene.
No, don't. Let him go.
No, I'll take him. I'll take all of you. And I'll feast on your flesh as I feed on your fear. Or you'll just leave us be. I will take him, only him, and then I will have my long rest and you will all live to grow and thrive and lead happy lives until old age take you back to the weeds.
Leave. I'm the one who dragged you all into this. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Go!
Guys, we can't.
Sorry. I told you, Bill. I fucking told you. I don't want to die.
It's your fault. You punched me in the face. You made me walk through shitty water. You brought me to a fucking crackhead house. And now, I'm gonna have to kill this fucking clown. Welcome to the Losers Club, asshole!
That scene in general was very, very well done. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to tell you guys my story, how I seen this and everything. I forgot to mention that when I started my review, before we get to the bad. So the story was, my Uncle Brad took me to go see the movies to see this movie. And by the way, this was my first ever horror movie I went to go see, by the way. Surprisingly, I know. But I went in there scared and I walked out, I'm like, I can't do this. But then I realized I can actually go in there, see how it is, and maybe it's not that bad. Well, it wasn't. It was fantastic. It was great. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed myself. My uncle and my cousin were proud. So I even have the Blu-ray right behind me. I actually watched it on my spare time. Oh my gosh. And waiting to do this review. And this was like 2017, right? I was 15 years old when this film came out. And I wasn't used to horror films at the time. I really wasn't. So I'm glad that I got a chance to see it in the theaters and experience it. It was fantastic. And yeah, I freaking love this movie, and that is why it's my favorite horror film. Because you guys have been asking me on my top 10 list, why is that your favorite horror film? Why? Have you seen it in the theaters? Was it your first horror film? Yes, it was my first ever horror film I've seen. Because I wasn't, let's be honest, growing up, I didn't like horror films. And I thought going to see it as a 15-year-old, I was going to hate it and be crying. But I actually highly enjoyed it. Now, of course, I am going to get to my problems with it. And the biggest problem with it, him. I can't stand this actor. He had no use in this film. All he has ever done was freaking whine. He does nothing. Nothing in this film. He does nothing. There was one scene where Pennywise was attacking the Losers Club, and he was gonna attack Bill. The only person that wasn't helping the Losers Club be him in that situation, and at the house scene, was him. And of course, I gotta get the bullies out of the way. Honestly, what is their point? He's such a useless character. I mean, at least in Chapter 2, he was more useful in that, a little bit more, but he was still the worst thing of that film too. But honestly, he really was nothing. The only good part I could say about his character is just him being the psychopath killer at the end. That's the only thing I could say. And then we get to the hours of the film. The middle and end was pretty good. I forgot to mention that in the good. The first hour was boring, bland, not memorable. Honestly, that's what it is. That's literally what it is. And then Beverly's actor, she was okay. Her acting wasn't that great. Honestly, no. Honestly, guys, this was a good film, and I highly enjoyed it. Do I think is the best horror film? Well, for me, probably it is, because it's my first ever horror film so far. But I bet you I haven't seen any other horror films. I'm planning to watch the Saw movies. I'm planning to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacres. I'm planning to watch Seaman, the rest of his movies. But honestly, I'm going to give It Chapter 1 a 7 out of 10. It's such a good film. The reason why I got that score is just because how much it offered to the fans and to me. And honestly, guys, I don't know what you guys are like about it. I'd like to know what you guys think of it in the link in the comments down below. Make sure to smack the likes button. Also, push the red button with subscribe. Turn your notifications to be notified for every video I make. Also, there's a link in the description to my gaming channel, my Discord server, and my movie reaction channel. As always, I'm Daily Reacts. Take care.